Wild weather watch. New tonight on our news, live at 7. Heavy rain leads to major flooding in areas across New Providence and Grand Bahama. We are tracking the latest forecast developments as the weekend expected to bring more rain. But first, on the hunt for suspects. Investigators piecing together the circumstances surrounding a woman's death after she was killed outside a home on Cowpen Road. This as the life of a young nurse cut short in a traffic fatality now under investigation. Her colleagues left in shock, saying she had just started her internship. Then in our news at 7:30, a second traffic fatality recorded in less than 48 hours, claiming the life of a man struck and killed while crossing Carmichael Road on Friday. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. 4 women and a man are in police custody tonight following an altercation that turned fatal, leaving 1 woman dead. The deadly incident happening around 9 p.m. when a group of women showed up at a home on Vinspin Road off Cowpen Road and confronted a man and women in the home. Police press liaison Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skipping says that's when the violence escalated.
A male subsequently produced a firearm, fatally shooting the female, who is believed to be in her early 20s. At this time, I want to, and you always hear me say it all the time, conflict resolution. Let me say all of us, at some point in time, have a disagreement. We're not ever going to see eye to eye on all situations and circumstances. We're all different, so we're going to see things differently. We're going to respond differently. What we need to do as a people is to be able to resolve our conflicts and our difference amicably.
And a man is dead tonight after he was struck and killed on one of the busiest streets in New Providence. The tragedy taking place on Jackfish Drive just off Carmichael Road. Witness telling us the impact so severe the man was thrown several feet before hitting the ground. Chief Superintendent Skippings was also on that scene today.
A black Dodge Ram truck was traveling east along Carmichael Road when a male pedestrian attempted to cross from the southern side of Carmichael Road to the northern side and was subsequently struck.
The gentleman came off the bus and he was by the end of Shop 99 by the white wall. He got hit from the truck from one end straight to the next end of Shop 99. He didn't move, nothing.
All right, we've got much more on this tragic story coming up in our news, 7:30. And staff at Princess Margaret Hospital mourning the death of Robin Bennycourt, a recent nursing graduate. She was struck and killed by a car as she was getting out of her Jeep on Wednesday night around 7 p.m. Police say the fatality took place on Minnie Street and Balfour Avenue. Princess Margaret Hospital Administrator Mary Walker says they were in shock to hear the news as she had just started her internship.
I can tell you there was a spirit of downness yesterday when we heard about it. Nurse Roll Barriento was a nurse intern with us at Princess Margaret Hospital, having just accepted an intern posting at SRC. It was very disheartening for us as a family, and we pray for her and her family because it was supposed to have been a time of celebration for that family. And so our hearts go out to her and her family in this time of their bereavement.
All right, what a sad story there. Scattered downpours and storms continuing across the northwest and central Bahamas for much of the day. Videos captured by our news showing localized flooding in the capital. Forecasters say the unsettled weather is being attributed to a low pressure north of the Bahamas with trailing deep tropical moisture. We also captured these pictures on Grand Bahama, which has also been experiencing heavy rain the past few days. Projection is that these conditions will likely continue until Saturday before clearing, and by Sunday we should start to see some improved weather. And speaking of these conditions, joining us now is meteorologist Greg Thompson, who is in the Weather Center with your first look. And Greg, obviously we're expecting this weather to continue straight into the weekend, yeah?
Yeah, there's a trailing trough out of that low pressure system that you mentioned, and a lot of moisture still coming out of the southwestern Caribbean. That's going to continue to plague us with some scattered showers and some isolated thunderstorms. Not as frequent as we've been seeing for the last couple of days. As a matter of fact, we are a little more safe because we do have quite a bit of clearing coming behind that. But those showers and thunderstorms will continue tonight through tomorrow as that system pulls away from us. 81 degrees, mostly cloudy skies out of the studios right now. South-southwest winds at 8 miles per hour. Your feels like temperature is at 93. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 78 in Freeport, 80 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, 82 over in Greater Harbor Key. Pick up 81s in Alistown, Bimini, and the capital and Governor's Harbor. Nicholstown, Andros, 80. Central Bahamas, 82. Kemps Bay, 83 in Arthurstown, Cat Island, Cooper Downs in Salvador, and in Georgetown. Deadman's Key, you guys are also 82 there. And 84s in Duncantown, Ragged Island, in Delectable Bay. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, you guys are 83 with some showers and thunderstorms nearby. 84 in Abrahams Bay. Matthew Town, Inagua, 85. And look at the temperature in the Turks and Caicos Islands. You guys are the warm spot, 87 degrees at this hour. Satellite radar composite showing moisture, just that moisture train continuing across us. Low pressure system to the northeast of Bell, actually slightly north of the Bahamas, but it's moving off towards the northeast. That trailing trough and a lot of moisture still affecting our islands, and that will continue to be the trend tonight through tomorrow. Some of these showers will be locally heavy and severe thunderstorms expected with the system as it continues to stay in our location. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your weekend forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on our news, the Afro-Caribbean connection comes into focus at Afro-Exim Bank annual meeting. The Prime Minister touts our history as one of invention, resilience, and innovation. Plus, a PAHO advisor says the demand for blood continues to exceed the supply on this World Blood Donors Day, when Our News returns.
Digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions. Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the...
Opening ceremonies for the 31st African Export-Import Bank Annual General Meeting and the 3rd Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum captivating guests yesterday as cultural pride on full display. The nation's leader giving a keynote address highlighting the importance of the African-Caribbean connection. Megan Shepard was there.
African Caribbean leaders, senior government officials, business leaders, and others enjoying traditional African song and dance during the AAM 2024 hosted at Bahamas. While delivering the keynote address, Prime Minister Philip Davis telling attendees that our journey to economic prosperity is deeply connected to our shared heritage and collective strength. He also says growing up on Cat Island, he always believed in the country's limitless potential.
Our history is one of invention, disruption, resilience, and innovation. We have pioneered in various fields, from tourism to financial services.
While referencing the piracy era in the Bahamas, he says it was a period that challenged the systems of exploitation and inequality.
The spirit of innovation and disruption is part of our DNA. The financial service industry has evolved here in the Bahamas from being largely offshore to increasingly onshore, proving our adaptability and resilience.
Going forward, the Prime Minister says Africa and the Caribbean must unify voices, harness the collective, intellectual, and diplomatic resources, and drive forward a transformation that will redefine the global financial landscape.
What is clear is that we stand at a crossroads between perpetuating a financial architecture that systematically marginalizes less powerful nations and pioneering a new path that embodies true global solidarity.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Thanks, Megan. Well, celebrating 20 years of giving, blood donors are celebrating World Blood Donors Day across the globe, and here at home, Public Hospitals Authority officials using the day to honor their superheroes, those that have consistently given to the blood bank throughout the years. Retired health system advisor from the Pan American Health Organization, Hedwig Hode, says while blood donations may seem trivial, the effects are far-reaching.
It's a complex process. Sometimes we forget that. Blood is not produced in a lab. It is in the people, so it's lots of people involved. The screening for infectious diseases have been expanded according to risks. Separation of whole blood in different blood components and the storage of blood units, all of those things have been improved and continue to be improved.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as heavy rain continues flooding South Florida. Plus, keeping a close watch. The United States says Russian warships in Cuba are no threat. And as gang violence continues, Pentagon contracts reveal U.S. involvement in the preparation for a multinational force in Haiti. The story when our news returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. A deluge of rain and thunderstorms swept through South Florida this week, causing road closures, rescues, and flight disruptions. Starting Tuesday, the slow-moving low-pressure system led to life-threatening floods, including the closure of Interstate 95. Media reports say a tornado touched down in Hobbs Sound with 85 to 95 mile-per-hour winds, causing damage before moving into the Atlantic. Power poles were toppled, trees uprooted, and homes damaged. More storms hit Miami-Dade and Broward counties on Thursday night, worsening the flooding. The National Weather Service says it expects the rain to continue into Friday, with a flood watch still in effect. Well, U.S. officials have downplayed the arrival of 4 Russian naval vessels, including a nuclear-powered submarine and frigate, in Cuba for military drills on Wednesday. Anchored at Havana Bay, 90 miles from Florida, the visit is seen as a show of force amid Moscow's tensions with the West over Ukraine. The Pentagon stated that while the exercises are taken seriously, they do not pose a threat to the United States. Russia's defense military, or ministry that is, confirmed that the vessels equipped with advanced weapons like hypersonic missiles, Zircon, conducted missile drills in the Atlantic. However, Cuba's foreign ministry assured that none of the vessels have nuclear arms on board. And as preparations accelerate for a multinational security force to deploy to Haiti, federal contract opportunities for the U.S. Department of Defense detail the extent of U.S. involvement in planning the mission. The multinational security support mission aims to bolster local police against gangs overrunning Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. Led by Kenya, the mission is expected to arrive soon after several delays. Recent contract postings by the Defense Department reveal U.S. efforts to equip the multinational force, including providing security for their base, internet services for 1,400 users, and sundry items for 1,300 personnel. About 150 U.S. security contractors are already in Haiti, with a $30 million contract awarded to Grata World for private security and protection services at the mission base. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was June 14th. Then in our news at 7:30, a man struck and killed while crossing Carmichael Road in the second traffic fatality in less than 48 hours. Plus, plumbing issues caught on camera at the state-run hospital, thrusting it back into the spotlight after a video of brown water goes viral. A top administrator says they are doing everything to make the environment safe. When our news returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
You've seen it.
It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was June 14th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 2014, as tensions rose between the Bahamas Electricity Corporation and its workers' unions, then Chairman Leslie Miller dared the bargaining agents who had been threatening industrial action to strike.
Ask him why he didn't walk off. Okay. All right. I dared him to walk off. I want him to be the first one to walk off and see if he'll walk back through them gates. Tell him walk off. Him and all of them. Tell him walk off.
Since February of last year, there was a challenge where as per the contract were not being paid. The chairman decided that we don't deserve it. The deputy prime minister instructed him on more than one occasion to pay the people.
In 2015, Cafe Scans closed after 42 years. Located on Bay and Market Streets, it was operated by George Scandalaris and was one of several owned by the Scandalaris family. Then in 2016, we learned of a hot pursuit on the high seas. An investigation was launched after Defense Force Marines exchanged gunfire with a group of suspected Dominican poachers while on routine patrol in the Great Bahama Bank. The Defense Force reporting the poachers managed to escape into Cuban waters. Those chatting protesters marched in Rawson Square in 2018, opposing a proposed increase in value-added tax and a sliding scale tax for gaming operators.
This is a clear demonstration that the Bahamian people are out here suffering. You know, we need to get, as Bahamians, we need to get past party politics.
All the people who are here, they're concerned about the 4.5%.
Then in 2019, then Education Minister Jeff Lloyd came to the defense of then Michael MP and chairman of the Education Loan Authority, Miriam Emanuel, who stumbled repeatedly in the House of Assembly while trying to say $7.41 million. It's a blunder that made its rounds on social media with tons of memes and comments mocking her performance.
Everybody is strong behind the internet. A lot of people won't come out and face the cameras and say what they have to say to somebody's face.
Then June 14, 2021, during debate on a new fiscal budget, Member of Parliament for Marco City, Michael Pintard, describing the execution of the controversial OBAN deal as clumsy. In 2018, government held a ceremonial signing with Oban Energies for a $5.5 billion oil refinery and storage facility on Grand Bahama. Then Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis later admitted there were missteps.
Rookie's mistake.
The Prime Minister brought up
was there a concoction of nonsense? Absolute nonsense.
I, Neil Brathwaite.
That was the 2021 swearing in of Neil Brathwaite, who became the newest Supreme Court justice at the time. He had previously served as a Crown prosecutor in the Attorney General's office. In 2022, Long Island MP Adrian Gibson, who was arrested on charges of corruption during his tenure as executive chair of the Water and Sewage Corporation, was released on bail.
Gibson's attorneys were at the Magistrates Court complex from the courts opened with the necessary documents. We caught up with his attorneys who remained tight-lipped on the matter.
Give us the conditions of the bail that they would have received.
No comments.
Do you think this is still a campaign smell? Or political targeting?
No comments.
Will they be released soon?
And finally, in 2022, a patient who was suspected of having monkeypox was airlifted out of the country. Grand Bahamian coach Yolette McPhee-McEwen will host a free basketball camp this weekend at Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. The camp, which she held last year in her home Grand Bahama, will host 1st through 4th graders beginning at 9 a.m. on Saturday, followed by 5th through 8th graders beginning at 10. The camp is brought to you in part by Coach Yo's No Ceilings Foundation.
Every year, Lord willing, I want to go to a different island, okay? So that everybody could get that experience. Some people never had a chance to work with a college coach, all right? Some people don't even know what that looks like. As you can see, even when you come to practice, we run in an elite level practice, okay? So I do the same thing with kids because the kids in the United States, they playing from 8 years old, 6 years old up. So I want to give them that experience.
And the clinic is being held in the same week as Coach Yo's hosting the first training camp for the senior women's national basketball team. The clinic will be open to girls and boys. And as for what the kids can expect, Coach Yo said this.
They can expect to be coached, for me to be, and my staff to be patient with them, for them to feel empowered, and it doesn't matter their level, okay? I would do older, but I'm not allowed to because of the NCAA rules, so I have to do what I can do. They could just expect to have a good time. I plan on delivering on that for sure.
Well, the cocktailing continues with Old Pal Hospitality as our Danielle Miller continues her series on the award-winning restaurants and bars of that group. In this report tonight, she's going to take us to the Dilly Club, which has been named the best Caribbean bar by Caribbean Journal.
The cocktailing continues with our friends at Old Pal Hospitality. Today, we are over Paradise Island at the Dilly Club. Located in the Marina Village, the Dilly Club opened its doors in 2023, giving the company's Old Pals a new location to experience bar luxury.
Kyle Jones, the owner, he wanted to pay an ode to his favorite Bahamian musician, Peanuts Taylor, who had a bar named the Drumbeat Club. And it's just an ode to him, and we took something very Bahamian, which is obviously Dilly, and named it the Dilly Club. So,
highlighting their signature mix-match decor style, there was intentional attention paid to detail. If you look on the wall, there is an ode to each of Old Pal Hospitality's bars and affiliates. Adding their wide selection of beverages, it is these attributes the Dilly Club received a nomination for Best New International Bar and was dubbed Best Caribbean Bar this year by the Caribbean Journal. What's impressive to me is the fact that Bon Vivants and Dilly is a part of the same family, but it sort of gives off two separate but identical vibes.
Yeah. I guess for one, Bon Vivant kind of encompassed all of the major mixology world items, all the stuff like Negronis, Old Fashioned, a lot of classics. We did a lot of that, and the Dilly Club, being a bar in a very tourist-driven location, we wanted to have a lot of rums. We have a big rum section, over 150 rums. And we did a lot of tikis. We paid a lot of close attention to the tikis and the tiki mugs that we sold.
Now, me and Anthony made some cocktails and mocktails for those who do not drink alcoholic beverages. If you want to see that demonstration, head on over to our social media pages. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Denny. If you want to watch that story again, and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That does it for us in news at 7. Up now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines, and I'm not happy that Denny just teased us.
I know, and it's a Friday. Yes, Dilly Dally at the Dilly Club. All right.
Have you been?
No, I haven't, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's two of
I'm
us.
not sure if I'm going to make a date with you because we make these plans and it doesn't happen.
Over and over and over again, but it's not my fault.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
All
I will stand firm in that. 10 toes deep.
All right. Okay. Next time we'll make it a date
Do it
for
for
sure.
real. Let's do
All
it.
right. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, a man is dead following a traffic accident in the capital, plus unstable weather conditions throughout the northwest and central Bahamas. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, a traffic fatality on Jackfish Drive in the capital. We hear from witnesses who say the impact was severe. Also, more renovations soon to come at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Plus, hear why the Free National Movement chairman says the NIB rate hike will be an additional burden on the Bahamian people. And wild weather in the northwest and central Bahamas causing flooding on some islands. We have more details when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Tourism today.
Providing an escape to the beauties of island life in the Bahamas, owner of Island Escape Tours, Sonia Adderley, shared with us the vision behind her tour and transportation service.
Island Escape Tours is actually a boutique company. We're small. We're like a family. We do ground transportation, airport, hotel. We do tours, whatever any of the other companies do as far as tour operation. We can do it as well.
Tour operator Henry Dummett, a 32-year ground transportation specialist who went viral this year for his quality service, explained why he's passionate about being a tourism ambassador for the country.
I enjoy my country, I love my country, and to be able to explain to persons what they are going to experience is a plus. Because as a people who are easygoing, kind, courteous, and congenial, that's all we can do. You have to give out what God has put inside of us for others to enjoy. And this nation is not only for us to enjoy, but for the entire world on the whole. You'll have a tour that's meaningful and appreciative, and one that's memorable. And as a result, they'll be back over and over again, and they will spread by word of mouth the advertisement for us.
Henry's not a complainer. Whatever the task is, he's willing to go above and beyond. And, that's a remarkable thing. We're very proud of him. We always have clients who come back and, it's like, can I have Henry? I want Henry as my driver. And so, that makes you feel good.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. A man is dead tonight after he was struck and killed on one of the busiest streets in New Providence. On scene was police with more details. Let's take a look.
A black Dodge Ram truck was traveling east along Carmichael Road when a male pedestrian attempted to cross from the southern side of Carmichael Road to the northern side and was subsequently struck.
This tragedy taking place on Jackfish Drive just off Carmichael Road. Witnesses telling us the impact was so severe, the man was thrown several feet before hitting the ground.
The gentleman came off the bus and he was by the end of Shop 99 by the white wall. He got hit from the truck from one end straight to the next end of Shop 99. He didn't move, nothing.
As for the driver of the black Dodge Ram truck,
the driver of the truck remained on the scene, and he is assisting us with our investigations. May I also add that technology will be playing a critical role in our investigations. We are going to be extremely thorough in our investigation, as we always do in all matters, very thorough. We're going to check the anti-brake system, we're going to check cameras, we're going to check the driver as well to make sure to rule out any situation or circumstances that could be going on.
This latest traffic fatality comes just 48 hours after a nurse was struck as she was exiting a Jeep. While both matters are under investigation, police had this warning for drivers.
Pay attention to other vehicles on the road. Drive with courtesy. Pay attention to pedestrians. Drive within the speed limit. Drive with due care and attention. Look out for other road users. If you're going somewhere, I'm asking you, leave in advance so you don't need to rush.
As renovations at the Princess Margaret Hospital continue, a top administrator is addressing concerns about conditions at PMH following a viral video showing plumbing issues. Our Joshua Williams has been following the story and has his update.
The Princess Margaret Hospital can expect infrastructural upgrades soon. In his budget communication this week, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville says renovations at the hospital will continue. So far, work has been completed on the observation and pediatric areas of the emergency department. Construction is also planned for the hospital's east wing as well as the children's ward, eye ward, and theater. And there are plans for a 30-bed dialysis center. Hospital Administrator Mary Walker says it's good news for her and her team.
I've been in healthcare for 47 years, and of that 47 years, there's always something being fixed.
with any of our facilities. And so we will continue to try to make the environment of care as safe as we possibly can. Those pronouncements stand. The project is moving on as it should and was planned to, and hopefully we're going to see the end pretty soon.
Walker also addressing a viral video showing buckets of dirty water. She says when you see the videos, be sure to take a closer look.
I think in any hospital anywhere in the world, there'll be challenges within their environment. Princess Margaret Hospital is no different, but we must always make sure that we verify the dates of these pronouncements. We may have challenges, but none of them are current to this year.
And amid all the criticism, she applauds the staff at the hospital that show up every day.
We want to thank those who have been so dedicated for so many years. These are the persons who may never get to, you may never see their face, but every day they come to work and they do their work.
And with public frustration seemingly growing by the day, Walker has this message for those who encounter the healthcare system.
Let it be your experience that you talk about, not that experience of others. We every day, as a family of providers, come to work with the intent that we will try to help everyone who we encounter as a part of our professional jobs. We will do so with the utmost integrity, and that is always our intent.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. As the national insurance rate is set to increase in a matter of weeks, F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands says this is another example of a cost of living crisis for the working force. NIB Minister Alfred Sayers made the announcement back in May. Since then, a bill was tabled in Parliament to make way for the July 1st increase. Given the overall cost of living, Sands says this rate hike will leave Bahamians with less.
You have people that are employed. They take home a wage, but by time as you pay for electricity, by time as you pay for food, by time as you pay for gas, they take out an additional percentage for NIB. You're left with a couple coins in your pocket, and you're supposed to say, well, honey, let's take the children for some ice cream, or let's go to the show, or let's go do something fun, and there's really nothing left.
When the announcement was made, Sayers said the plan was for the rate to increase every 2 years for 20 years. Hours after the announcement, the Office of the Prime Minister released a statement saying no decision had been made beyond the July 1st increase. The F&M chairman blames the added burden on the Davis administration's poor management.
When you look at this in isolation, it perhaps doesn't look so bad. When you add to it the requirement to have 6 months of car insurance in order to put your car on the road. When you add to it the additional fees for everything other than a few selected items that they've managed to take import duty off, it is a onerous burden for the average Bahamian.
All right, well, scattered showers and storms continuing across the northwest and central Bahamas for much of the day. Videos captured by our news team, as you can see here, shows localized flooding in the capital. Forecasters say the unsettled weather is attributed to a low pressure north of the Bahamas with trailing deep tropical moisture. Our news team also capturing these pictures on Grand Bahama, which has also been experiencing heavy rain over the past few days. Forecasters project these conditions will likely continue until Saturday before clearing, and by Sunday we should start to see improved weather. Well, wondering what else we can expect for the weekend? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg, rain, and more rain.
It's going away. It's moving out of the area, but we still have some trailing moisture across us. And that low pressure system that you was talking about earlier, the National Hurricane Center, still watching that, has about a 20% chance. It's moving away from the Bahamas, and there's a surface disturbance out of that, or what we call a surface trough, extending across us, and that's going to keep us a little wet for at least one more day before things start to clear out. But we are a little improved this evening. Mostly cloudy skies, some light showers outside. 81 degrees is our current temperature. You wind out with south-southwest at 8 miles per hour. Your feels like temperature is at 93 degrees. Satellite radar composite. This is what we're looking at. Trailing moisture still streaming across our area. That's out of the southwestern Caribbean and the eastern Gulf of Mexico. That continued to produce quite a bit of showers and thunderstorm activity. Most of the activity has died off slightly, but we still have some pockets of heavy rainfall. And you notice a little band behind on the west side of Florida, South Florida. That's actually going to be moving in our direction, so we're still looking at some more showers tonight through tomorrow before things start to clear up once again for Sunday. That's your quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us for your weekend forecast as well as your Father's Day forecast.
Still to come on our news, the Centerville Primary School renamed after a former vice principal, and the government's Pools in the Schools initiative officially underway, and later a young Grand Bahamian listed as the 2024 Junior Shark following fierce competition when our news continues.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucayas Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucayas Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucayas Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucayas Solar Power Limited, powered by INTI, powering your world.
The Centerville Primary School officially took on a new name today. It is now the Judith P. Thompson Primary School. Thompson was the second principal of the school in 1968 and has served more than 40 years as an educator. Prime Minister Philip Davis and Education Minister Gladys Hannah Martin were on hand for the renaming. Davis says her visionary leadership has turned the school into a standout institution among public schools.
Since her early days as a student teacher, her work has been defined by her dedication to creating a nurturing environment for children to flourish.
Despite Mrs. Thompson's 26-year-long retirement, the indelible mark that she has made on this school and on this nation, it's seen and felt every day and has been unforgettable.
Thompson says having the school renamed in her honor could not have happened without the help of the team of teachers she led while she served.
What a wonderful career. What a rewarding career. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, my Savior. Thanks to each of you for your support.
Public school students one step closer to having swimming added to their curriculum. This week, ground was broken for a new 6-lane, 25-meter pool at the government high school. It's the start of the launch of government's Pools in the Schools initiative. The initiative, spearheaded by the Fox Foundation, along with IL Cares and other gaming operators. Prime Minister Philip Davis was on hand for the event.
This initiative is profoundly personal to me. It resonates with my core belief that every child in the Bahamas deserves to thrive, not just on the land, but in the water that surrounds our beautiful islands. Our mission with the Pools in the Schools initiative is clear and compelling. We aim to construct swimming pool facilities in at least 20 schools across our nation, starting right here. By doing so, we are not just teaching our children a valuable skill, but instilling confidence and fostering a greater appreciation for the natural beauty that defines our archipelago.
The nation's youth getting the opportunity to expand their business skills. This as the Junior Sharks hosted their business competition at Tabernacle Baptist Academy in Freeport this week. The goal to educate and empower students to become successful entrepreneurs and business owners. There were several leaders from within the community who judged the competition. Out of all the participants, student Javon Martin came out on top and won the challenge. He explains his pitch to the panel while his father applauds his son's achievement.
From a young boy, I look up to businesses and I look at how my granddad and my father worked along with each other. And at the beginning of the year, I lost my granddad. And that gave me the drive and the motivation to continue on the legacy and succeed. My project today was Express Auto Parts and Accessories, where we sell car accessories and parts. And we do car rentals.
My son has always been an entrepreneur. He always was hands-on with me in my businesses. And he's a hard-working young man, honor roll student, 3.6. He's he's athletic, love basketball, and I'm happy that he entered the competition. He came to me and his mom and told us that he wanted to enter this competition. To push the businesses and get into his own business, and I'm fully there to support him.
Teacher and founder of the competition, Nolan Dorsett Jr., shares the idea behind the competition, while some of the competition supporters say it was important for them to show up.
Me, myself, being a teacher, an entrepreneur, and then also being an avid Shark Tank, the TV show watcher, I saw a need to create a competition that would not only educate students, but also empower them financially by giving them a chance to win a cash prize, to use that money to help to advance their business further.
Cable Bahamas and Alive are sponsors of this event, and it's part of one of our pillars where we are in the community and we support students.
Anything that offers young people access and opportunity is what we do here at the Ministry of Youth. Certainly a lot of our young people look for employment, but this is yet another way that they can gain employment by becoming their very own bosses.
When our news comes back from the break, the Drip Drip Challenge. The Blood Donors Society is gearing up for their annual blood drive in Freeport. We have the details straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, a new coaching post from Mikhail McLean and an update from the minor leagues, this time the Dominican Summer League.
And heavy downpours continuing in the capital on this Friday. Craig is back with more weather details when our news returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
This is our news. Welcome back. Mikhail McLean joins the Kentucky men's basketball coaching staff and Bahamians excelling in the Dominican Summer League. Here now with our sports presented by 10th year seniors is Ronaldo Dorset and John Mark Nutt.
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to our sports presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Mikhail McLean takes another step in his coaching career and joins the most storied program in college basketball. McLean was named an assistant coach for Kentucky Wildcats men's basketball, the latest hire under the new Mark Pope era in Lexington. He spent the last 3 seasons as an assistant coach for Lamar University. Prior to Lamar, McLean spent 6 seasons at his alma mater, the Houston Cougars. Following his playing days on the court, he began his coaching career as a graduate assistant and eventually progressed to the assistant director of player development in Houston. At the national team level, McLean has been an assistant coach and defensive coordinator with the Bahamas senior men's team since 2021. McLean becomes the 3rd in a group of young Bahamian coaches this offseason to receive new coaching positions with NCAA Division I programs, following Tum Tum Nair's promotion to associate head coach at Bowling Green and Nishad Maki named assistant coach at USC Upstate.
The Junior NBA brought its Outreach Initiative program to the Bahamas with the coaching clinic and the junior development camp. 50 coaches and 50 athletes turned out at the Candlelights Gymnasium for the Bahamas edition of the league's Global Youth Program. At this morning coaches clinic, sessions were conducted by the heads of both senior national team programs, women's coach Yolette McPhee-McEwen and senior men's coach Chris DeMarco. Both coaches discussed how to implement their respective defensive concepts.
Inspired by them coming out, because sometimes I feel like I'm not sure if people really care about basketball in the Bahamas anymore. Obviously they like, when they see DeAndre and Buddy and Jonquel and them, but who's the next? What about the next, right? So they have to have the tools to be prepared to be able to help the next while they're in the Bahamas. So
at the on-court development portion of the camp, participants were surprised by a special guest appearance from national team standout and Portland Trailblazers center DeAndre Ayton.
Giving them a little bit of an NBA experience, just having a player like me with my presence on the court and just giving them a little bit of 1 or 2 lessons where, how to dribble, how to score the ball, just being around players like me. And
the Junior NBA's focus is helping to grow and improve the youth basketball experience at the grassroots level for players and coaches and parents, and offers a free curriculum covering all levels of the game.
Bahamians in the Dominican Summer League continue productive starts to their pro baseball careers. Trent Wilson got his first start on the mound for the Boston Red Sox DSL Blue Club. Wilson had 5 strikeouts across 3 innings and surrendered just 1 run and 1 walk in a 9-6 win over DSL Cleveland. Texas Rangers prospect Rashawn Pinder is hitting .294 for the DSL Rangers. After going hitless in Game 1, Pinder went on a 7-game hit streak, which includes 3 multi-hit games. New York Mets prospect Bowen Adderley is hitting .318 for the DSL Mets Orange. He has hits in 5 of his 7 appearances with an .846 OPS. It's Friday, you know how we celebrate every weekend, 10YS Top Players of the Week. Coming in at number 5, anytime a Bahamian pitcher shines, we gotta shed some light on it. Trent Wilson, 5 Ks in his first pro start.
At number 4, you know you're the one when the practice vids make top plays. VJ Edgecombe.
Coming in at number 3 at the Andre Rogers Baseball Nationals, bases loaded for the strongest 14-year-old I've ever seen in my life. CJ Thompson gets all of this one for a grand slam.
At number 2, you can never get tired of seeing Devin Charlton win. You know it's a special season when she turns a fall into a viral moment.
And coming in at number 1, home run number 10 for Jazz Chisholm. I'd just like to see how many homers and stolen bases all the accurately rated people have this season. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Every time I think I'm out, Kentucky basketball finds a way to reel me back in.
You finally got yourself a Bahamian.
Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, the Drip Drip Challenge. The Blood Donor Society preparing for their annual blood drive in Grand Bahama. We have more details straight ahead. And wild weather across the northwest and central Bahamas. Craig is back with your extended forecast when our news returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here, whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun. Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved?
Welcome back to our news, and thanks for sticking with us. Look at the weekend weather. We do have that moisture stream still across us out of the Caribbean, all associated with the low pressure system that the National Hurricane Center is watching. Has about a 20% chance for formation as it pulls out towards the east and away from us. But that trailing moisture will be with us for at least another 24 hours before we see some clearing by Father's Day. Should be a pretty nice day. Some off and on showers expected by that time frame. But also this moisture is going to stay down, put in the southwestern Caribbean. There's a low pressure system expected to develop across the Yucatan Peninsula, and that should be moving into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, and that should provide some tropical cyclone formation for next week sometime, but it's going to stay away from us. The rain of the tropics are quiet out there. We have a couple of tropical waves moving across the tropical belt, one coming off of Africa. Not strong, but it has some convection associated with it. Another one moving into the northern coast of South America, should be approaching the Leeward Islands as we speak. And then, of course, we have another one that's not really showing much in terms of any significant precipitation. Most of the activity happening in the Venezuela, Colombia area. And of course, that big blob of moisture that we see out there in the southwestern Caribbean, that's the area that's pumping quite a bit of moisture across us and will continue to do so for at least another day, as I mentioned. That area in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico that we're going to be watching, that could be our first tropical depression for the season. And as I mentioned, that system will continue to pull towards the north and approach the Texas, Mexico area. Most of the precipitation will be occurring over that area. And of course, this is now getting into the meat of the season for the southwestern Caribbean and of course the Gulf of Mexico, where we see formation this time of the year during the hurricane season. Future forecast showing the moisture across that area that's been plaguing us for the last couple of days. That moisture content will continue to pump some moisture, and rainfall activity, thunderstorms across The Northwest Bahamas continuing through Saturday, but it should start waning as Sunday comes in. We'll notice most of the moisture is now pulling out in the open Atlantic. Some high-level moisture will be hanging across the area. So Father's Day looks pretty nice. It's a good time to take your father out there and show him how you appreciate him for all those years he's been around. Boating forecast, Northwest Bahamas, tonight to tomorrow. South to southwest winds at 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Tide is going to be low at 9:07 tonight. Your high tide takes place at 3:04 in the morning. For the central and southeastern island, a southeast southerly flow at 10 to 15 knots. Those winds will be slightly higher across the extreme southeast Bahamas. Seas running 2 to 4 feet, so a caution flag will be in place for you guys down near the Inagua, Turks and Caicos Islands during that time frame. Taking a look at your national forecast, here's how things will be shaping up for tomorrow. In the extended forecast, we'll keep some showers in forecast through Saturday. Brightening day on Sunday, some residual showers hanging around, but we could see an uptick in showers by the early part of next week as some of that moisture still hangs around to the north of us. And then, of course, more showers expected in the forecast by Thursday, Friday time frame, with temperatures staying in the upper 80s and possibly some 90s during that time frame. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great, happy Father's Day, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, it's been said blood is the most precious gift that anyone can give to another person, as a decision to donate blood can potentially save a life. Well, over in Grand Bahama, the Blood Donor Society is celebrating World Blood Donors Day, recognized each year on June 14th. In honor of the annual observance, the organization will host their blood drive titled the Drip Drip Challenge on Saturday at the City of Life in Freeport. President Ladidra Marsh explains.
We're asking an individual or a group to come and bring the most blood donors. Now, you have to be able to win the prize by having the person who brings the most blood in. So we're asking the entire community to come out and help with this worthy cause. We want to be able to keep the blood bank stocked at the Ram Memorial Hospital and help to save lives. We always want to remind people that if you give a pint of blood, it helps to save 3 lives.
All right, thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.